So here I am, a real grown-up social worker, and I'm at my first fundraiser. It's $100 a plate. And I'm there to help raise funds for where I'm doing my internship at, which is the LGBT Center of Central Pennsylvania, located in Harrisburg. And I have learned my 10 competencies and my 42 practice behaviors while I've been here. The two initiatives I work on the most are the first one is Common Roads, which is a safe space for LGBT teens and their allies in central Pennsylvania. We meet in 3 different locations, 3 different nights during the week. The other initiative I work on is Aging with Pride, which is for people age 50 and older. We concentrate on education and socialization. Both of these initiatives have helped me use my skills to engage social justice, research based practice as well. And then I got to create an initiative which brought Common Roads and LGBT Center Aging with Pride together, and it's called Pride Roads. And this was based on feedback I got from both the groups and how little interaction they both had. I was able to do this type of work because of what I learned earlier at Masonic Village Hospice and at Church World Services, learning how to communicate with different types of people in different situations. One of the other things I got to do while I was at the LGBT Center was participate in Let's Talk, a conversation about race, which was 12 leaders in the LGBT community got together and had this 6-week conversation. I've also learned about economic and social justice and advocating for the working poor because of the budget exercises we did in economics, as well as a paper I helped write in Practice 3 about raising the minimum wage in Lancaster County and what the effects that would have on the community. Dr. Walsh called it the only student paper she has ever read that argued effectively for a policy change. So in Practice 2, I learned about how to be flexible and to practice within the context of the environment. And the assignment that we created was called How a Social Worker Makes a Peach Pie. And it's about how a social worker needs to be flexible and adaptive. And as she goes through to get to the ingredients to make a peach pie, she ends up with the ingredients to make cupcakes. And that cupcakes are good too. Oh. I also learned a lot about group work, working on a macro level, working within a group of people to create change. And our role playing in our group was instrumental in my education and the choices I made for my internship and what I want to do later. The case studies that we did throughout our training, from HISB 1 to alcoholism to family violence and all of our practice classes, helped engage critical thinking as a social worker. But really, it all comes back to that basic 101 social work class where you learn about the knapsack and you learn that you can only effectively deal with oppression if you know your own privilege. And I just keep going back and back and back to that. So in the future, to continue my education, I want to continue to volunteer and work with Common Roads and the LGBT Center to keep my macro skills sharp, my group work sharp, and to support my community. And also because of the fantastic book clubs we had this semester and the incredible conversations that we had about it, I want to read 3 of the books in the next few months. The New Jim Crow, The Predator State, and Winner Takes All Politics. I think they will be very effective for me to continue to be the real grown-up social worker that I am and strengthen those 10 competencies and 42 practice behaviors as I move forward. And as we graduate on December 13th, yay!